everyone, this is Little Rainbow Peep and I have a crochet tutorial for you today. I made these super cute little baby hats and this is in a basket weave stitch. These are really easy to make and I'm going to show you what I did to make them, and they're just super cute and you can make a bunch of them, give them to all your friends who are having babies, or if you have any relatives who are having babies. These are just super cute and fun and soft if you use the soft yarn. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we're gonna get started making the basket crochet hat. This is in the size 0 to 3 months, so it's gonna be for like a newborn baby. So we just start out with your yarn. I'm using blue. Starting out with the crochet hook. This is the size 4 millimeters, or G, if you can see that. That's the one I'm using. So what we need to do first is make a magic circle or magic ring. So wrap that around and make your X. Come through so that you're in between these two and pull this one out, and then kind of let loose of your yarn a little bit and keep the short tail end in this side, and then just flip this up. Okay, and then you have your magic circle right here. You pull that a little bit tighter. Okay, so now that we have that, we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you did your chain 3, and now we are going to do 11 double crochet in the ring and join with the slip stitch at the end. So just going to yarn over and do 1, and now we have to do 10 more double crochet. So I'll just do that a little, show you how that is. Okay, so we've done 3 double crochet. I'm just going to finish that off here. Okay, so now I have finished my 11 double crochet. The first chain 3 counted as your first, so we actually have 12 here. So the next thing that we're going to do is join with a slip stitch into this 3rd chain of the beginning of this chain 3 here. So I'm just going to tighten my circle so that that's nice and tight. And then we're just going to join in the slip stitch right in this stitch here. So now you have a circle. The next round, what we're going to do is chain 3, and that counts as your first double crochet. And then we are going to double crochet in the same space. So let's just do that here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is double crochet 2 in each of these spaces around. So this one you're going to do 2, and just do 2 of those, 2 double crochet in each of these spaces. Okay, so you should come out with 24 double crochets all the way around after this round. So if you just want to make sure and count each one of these here. Okay, so we are going to join this with a slip stitch in the top of this chain 3. So this space right here. Okay, so that was the end of round 2. Round 3 we are going to begin with another chain 3. And that counts as your first double crochet. So we are going to double crochet in the same space as that chain 3 here. And then we are going to double crochet in the next space. Okay, so for this round we are going to two double crochet in the next one and then double crochet in the next one. So this one just had 1, so the next space will have 2 double crochet. Oop. And then the next one will just have 1. So the pattern is 2, 1 all the way around. So just complete that round. Okay, so we're coming to the end, and the last stitch you should be doing 2 double crochet in. So once you get to this point, we are just going to slip stitch in the top of that first chain 3 here, right there. Just do a chain here, or I mean a slip stitch. So do that slip stitch, and then you have completed the 3 rounds. Okay, so after your 3rd round you should have 36 double crochet. The 4th round is just going to be repeating the 3rd round, so we're going to do that chain 3, double crochet in that same stitch here, and then we are going to do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 2 in the next one, 1, and so on. Okay, so coming to the end of the 4th row, or 4th round, we have this last space here. You just want to make sure that you're doing 1 double crochet in that space, and all of these double crochets you should have 54. So at the end of this one we are just going to go to the top of that chain 3 space that we did at the beginning and do a slip stitch. Okay, so that completes round 4. Round 5, we are going to again begin with this chain 3, but that does not count as one of your double crochets in this next round. What we are going to do is do a front post double crochet around the chain 3 from this 4th round here. So what a front post double crochet is, it's when you go around the post, so you go in between these 2 spaces here. And the front post how I think of it is you're keeping the post in front of your crochet hook. So to do a front post double crochet, you're going to want to yarn over and then go through these 2 spaces here so that you have your post in front. This is actually the chain 3 of the previous round, but we counted it as one of our double crochets. So what you're going to do is just continue as you would a normal double crochet. So yarn over and pull that through, and then just take your yarn through the 2 loops and then the 2 loops again, and that you have your first front post double crochet. And what we're going to be doing is 2 of those front post double crochets. After this, we front posted the chain 3, so there will be 3 altogether once you have started this row. Okay, so you have your 3 front post double crochets, and then what we're going to do is a back post double crochet in the next 3. So how you do a back post is you yarn over the same as you would, and then you just come around to the back and come through this loop here and make the post go to the back of the crochet hook. So you can't see that post, and so that is a back post, and then you just yarn over again and pull it through. So you're now kind of working on the back side. Let me just do that again. So you yarn over, push that to the back, yarn over and pull that through. So you have your 3 hooks or 3 loops on there. You have your 3 loops on the hook now, and it had looped around this post. So you just continue your double crochet as you normally would, and that is your back post double crochet. That's a little bit tricky at first. You kind of have to get the hang of it. But it's not too bad once you get the hang of it. Front post, in my opinion, is easier than back post. And this is going to be what creates your ribbing on your hat that makes it look like a basket weave. So for this round, what we are just going to continue to do is do 3 front post double crochets and then 3 back post double crochets. So you should just continue that throughout the whole round. So we did our 3 back posts. Now we need to do the 3 front post. Okay, so we are at the end of this row, and it should be looking somewhat like this. I have not done anything with, haven't finished it off or anything, but there's my last 3 should be your back post double crochet. So what we're going to just do is the same as the other rounds, is a slip stitch in the top of your chain 3 here. So let me find that. Right there, on top of that. Okay, so you have connected that. The next round, we are going to chain 3. And then we are going to do that same pattern, the front post double crochet, 3 of those, followed by 3 back posts. So in this round you're just following what is there, doing the 3 around the 3 that are already front post, and then if it's a back post you're going to continue with the back post. So here we go. These are kind of easier for the front post because they're already kind of popping out since you did those previous front post crochets. And this, what this is doing with the pattern is just elongating those ribs so that it makes it look more like a basket weave. So go ahead and finish this next round. This is round 6. Okay, so we are at the end of this round, and this is what my hat is looking like right now. It's starting to get that bend in there. Kind of looks like a coffee filter. So I went ahead and I found my third chain from that chain 3, and I went ahead and did my slip stitch already, and this is what I have done so far. So in round 7, what we are going to do is chain 3. So you have your chain 3, and then what we are going to do this round is back post double crochet for 3, and then front post double crochet for 3. So we're just going to do the opposite of what we have. So anytime you see a front post, you're going to do a back post, like so. So you have to find your little openings here. In there. And then you have your 3. And this creates the transition for the basket weave pattern. So now we have back post, we're just going to go ahead and do front post. See? So then now we come to a front post and we are going to do a back post. So just continue that pattern all the way through until this round is done. Okay, so that completes round 7. So I just went ahead and found the top of my chain 3 here, and I did my slip stitch, and now it's looking more like a hat figure, a little bit of a bowl. You can kind of start to see the basket weave stitch. So what we have left to do, since we just did one round where we had switched what we were doing, we are going to continue, and wherever you see a back post double crochet, you're just going to do a back post double crochet, and a front post, you're going to do a front post. So we're going to continue that for the next round. So let's do that right now. So we have come to the end of that round. That was round 8. So what we have now is the start of our basket weave stitch. So you can see that we did 2 rounds here of the back post double crochet and 2 rounds of the front post double crochet, and these last 2 rounds we just flip-flopped. So we did whatever was the opposite, and we did that same thing for 2 rounds. So the next 6 rounds, what we are going to do is that same thing, the same pattern. So we're not adding anything, we're just going to do that chain 3 at the beginning of each round, and then since we did the back post double crochet in this round, we're going to switch that to the front post double crochet and do that, and then just do the same thing for the second round and then switch. So each 2 you're going to switch to a different method there. And so let's get started with that, and that's for the next 6 rounds. So you'll have 3 groups each. Okay, so now we have finished those last 6 rows, and this is what your hat should look like now. I went ahead and did my slip stitch here. So the next 2 rounds are just going to be single crochet around the edges. So you're just going to chain 1 here, and then just do a single crochet in each of these chains here, these spaces, and then in the round 16, so there should be 16 rounds, you're just going to do that same thing and then the hat will be finished. So what we're going to do is do a chain 1 and then single crochet around. Oops, so we're just going to go in this space, yarn over, and do a single crochet. So we're at the end of this round, and all we need to do is go into your first single crochet and do a slip stitch, and then you're just going to do a chain 1 and continue doing single crochets all the way around, and this is the last round, and you should end up with 54 single crochets all the way around. Okay, so let's finish this up. So we're at the end of this row. All we are going to do is we're going to skip this little space here and go into this space and do a slip stitch, and that will end your hat. I'm just going to do a double, another one, just to make sure that it doesn't fall out. I like for that to be secure. So then you just take your loop here and you take your scissors and you're just going to cut that loop and pull that extra out. So you just have your tail here left, and then you also again have your tail from the beginning in the middle right here. Okay, so you want to take your yarn needle. I like to use the metal ones, but you can use plastic, it's just your personal preference. And then you take your tail here and you're just going to weave in the ends. So I just like to go in and out through this border. Okay, so I have weaved that end in and I just have this little tail. This is pretty secure, it's not really going anywhere. So I'm just going to take my scissors and cut that little tail off. So this bottom part is done. Now I'm going to take my needle again and go inside this hat here where we have our string left over from the magic ring. And how I'm going to secure this is I'm just going to take my needle and just run it through a few of these double crochet rings here from the beginning and take that through. I'm just basically going to sew around the circle here. Okay, so that's pretty secure there, and that's the outside. And there's the inside where we just did that. So I have this extra tail I'm going to go ahead and cut off. And there you have it. Now your hat is done and you can wash it and give it to a little baby. It's the perfect size for a baby. And you can make it in whatever color. I used the Karen Simply Soft yarn because it's still colorful. You can't find a lot of baby colors that are bright, and I think bright colors are cute. So I used that since it's soft enough for the baby to be able to wear, and it's just, this is just a really cute different pattern than your average beanie. Something that gives it a little bit of texture. It is pretty warm feeling, so if the winter months are coming up, and then you can just add a little embellishment here if you would like, or if you were doing a boy, you can add initials or a baseball, just whatever you feel like. This one I added a little flower onto that one, and this is just a really cute pattern. Okay, so that was our tutorial on how to make these baby hats. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you are able to make these hats, as they are super cute. Thanks, bye. Hope you click subscribe.